Okay, this is an update of my current trades for the week ending Friday, March 27th, 2015. The current chart is a NASDAQ index ETF. Had a pullback this week to the 20-week moving average. Some concern among market participants as to when exactly interest rates are going to rise. Members of the Fed as well. There's sort of a lack of consensus. Some members think they should, rise immediately, while others are more dovish. They want to hold off on rising rates. Okay, next I'll go through some of my current trades. The first is a monthly chart of ExxonMobil. It had a decline this week, however, it's still staying above the long-term trend line I've drawn in this chart. It's a little bit disappointing since oil had a nice bounce this week. However, it's still above the line, so I'll stick with this one going forward. Okay, next up, another one of my current trades is International Paper. Had a pullback this week as well, along with the broader markets. It's currently testing that ascending trend line I've drawn in the chart. See what happens next week. Going to stick with this one as well. Okay, next up is a daily chart of Baidu. I got into this stock a couple weeks ago at around $205 level. It's had a nice few weeks where it had some decent bounces. However, it couldn't quite break through 220 price level. It's currently trading in a range, so have to wait to see if this can break out of the box. Okay, next up is a daily chart of the XLU ETF. I got into this stock at around $43.50 a couple weeks ago as well. It had a very strong bounce last week after the Fed meeting. This week, however, with the concern that perhaps interest rates might rise sooner rather than later, the stock has pulled back, and it may test the recent lows. We'll see. It's currently staying above that ascending trend line I've drawn in the chart. Okay, now I'll go through some of my new additions that I've added this week. So I got into Intel yesterday. I sent out an alert on Twitter. I'd be entering into this position. I initially got the idea from the monthly chart. It looked like it was bouncing off of the 20-month moving average. The chart in front of you right now, it's a daily chart, and you can sort of see where it started to bounce. If you notice the RSI as well, it made a new low in price while the RSI was increasing. So that was another confirmation that perhaps this could be a good time to step in here. And today, on Friday, March 27th, you can see I did get very, very lucky here. The position has increased by a little over 6% so far on rumors that Intel would be acquiring another chip maker, Altera, to sort of diversify its business. Now I'll probably lose most of these gains next week, but I intend to hold on to this position for probably the intermediate term. So over the next few weeks to months, see what happens. Okay, finally I got into URI on Monday. The weekly chart, this weekly hammer, initially gave me the idea. This is the last week's chart, so I got in around the $88 price level. It also corresponded to a bounce off that trend line that I've drawn in the weekly chart. Okay, and so far so good on this one. It's currently around a $90 price level, so I'll continue to hold this into next week, see what happens with this trade as well.